Okay, so g'day Dinky Doys, and today we have some coins from East Africa. So not familiar with East Africa, this includes Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, well at that time Tanganyika, Zanzibar, which are Tanganyika and Zanzibar now form Zambia, not Zambia, Tanzania. Get you confused, dementia does that to you. And these are probably used for a time period in Somalia when the British occupied it in the Second World War. But then in the 1950s, they issued their own coins under Italian administration, and probably for a brief period of time used in Ethiopia, but they used to. They're pretty much independent. They issued their own coins. So we had the 5, 10, and 1 cent coins, and we also have a 50-cent coin. And the only other coin they issued was a 1 shilling. But this is the fourth currency that was issued in East Africa. They had before, let's have a look. 1905 they used the Indian rupee, and they issued just 1 coin to 1 piece. From 1906 to 1920 they issued a rupee of 100 cents. So they've always used these cents, and they issued aluminium coins in that, as well as copper and nickel. And the same specifications as these ones, and the design's pretty similar in all these currencies. The florin was issued from 1920 and 21, and in 1921 they changed over to the East African shilling. And the current currencies of Somalia, Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya are ancestors of these currencies. This is the ancestor of those currencies. Okay, so the first issue for the 1 cent is in 1922. So all these bronze coins have elephant tusks on the front, East Africa, and on the front of the coin we have a crown. So I think that's not too sure, it's not the Edwardian crown, probably Georgian crown. Have a look that up. Anyway, and we have a motto. So it says King and the Indian Emperor. So 1922 we had 8,250,000. So not really a scarce coin, but in uncirculated grain can be expensive. Then we have a 1930. So this is from the same king, so George V. And this one's pretty much probably very fine to extremely fine. So you can get these coins in high grade. In 1930, we have a mintage of 15 million. So it's quite a high mintage. Then the next coin we have is 1952. So this is the last year of George VI, and it doesn't have India. Only the 1942 coin, which is a single year issue, has India on it for George VI. 1952 we have a mintage of, well, there's different mints. This one down below has KN, so under the 1 cent. So that's King Norton with 5.2 million coins. In 1952 we've had a mint mark 7 million, so it was minted in London. And the Heaton mint should have a H 13 million. So in this condition you're probably paying about $10 to $20. So it's quite a nice small coin. Then we have 1959 from Elizabeth II. So they changed the crown, so that's the Edwardian crown. And this one was used from 1952 to 54 62, should I say. It was no 1953. It's bronze, 1.94 grams, 20 millimeters. And this has a mint mark just above the 1 cent. So just above the gap. So the hole in the middle of the coin, KN. And it has tones. This probably had some glue on it in the past, which does that to coins. It causes it to tone. So 1959 KN 10 million, 1959 Heaton 10 million as well. Yeah, so probably about, because of the damage, probably about $5 in this condition. Okay, then we have the figure once 5-cent coins. So we have, so this one is 6.45 grams and 25.3 millimeters. 1922 is the second year of issue, with only 2.5 million coins minted. So it makes it a scarcer coin to get, not rare. But in this condition, turn it over, looks pretty good. Probably EF. I would say if I was to guess, probably at least $10 to $20 for that coin. Then we have 1936. So East Africa, as long as West Africa, and Fiji, and a few other places I think a few of the princely states in India issue coins for Edward VIII. So it's a single year issues. It's probably in very fine condition. In America, it will be EF condition. And 1936 was minted in. Okay, this one has the Heaton Mint. And if you're not too sure, the mint mark Heaton Mint is down here. Mintage of 3.5 million. The King Norton Mint 2,150,000. So in this condition, probably about, I'd say $5 to $10. So that's the difference between those two. So the Edward VIII didn't have any coins minted with his effigy, because I don't think any was approved, but because these don't have the effigy, they don't need that. And the last coin we have is a George VI. So this one's uncirculated, and it's before 1948 because it has India independent. Okay, King and Emperor of India. So George VI, quite a nice coin, although it's a bit badly toned on this side. So this is the 1937-43 issue. It's 6.48 grams, and then later they reduced the size and the not the size, the weight to 5.687 grams. And this is the last year of this coin. So mintage for 43 and 42 are actually quite large. And no mint mark on this coin. So what we have is a mint mark you can actually miss. So the mint mark is above tusk, it says SA, so that's for South Africa. And this one is a mintage of 17,880,000. So it shouldn't be too hard to get this in high grade. And look on eBay, probably about $5 to $10 for that coin. Okay, so the largest bronze coin is this 11.34 gram, 31 millimeter, 10 cent. So we have East Africa, the date, denomination, the elephant tusk. You can see, based on the wear on this is actually quite a well-worn coin. And we have on the other side just the reigning monarch's name, George VI, King and Indian Emperor, the denomination and the crown, and the mint mark on a lot of these coins is on this side. So 1928, we have a mintage of 3.8 million, which is not a fairly high mintage, but in this one probably about $5. Okay, then we have 1936. So this one is also Edward VIII. So he never issued any silver coins, so there's no 50 cent or 1 shilling. So this is the highest denomination. And we have a mint mark down below, KN, so King Norton. And that has about 4,142,000 coins. So in this condition, probably about $5. Then you got the Heaton Mint, 4.3 million, and the London Mint with no mint mark, 2 million. So really, they're all the same value. Okay, then we got 1942. It's actually a pretty common coin, and if we put these coins together again, you can see these two are actually a lot thicker than those ones. So during the Second World War, they reduced the weight of the coins. The diameter remained the same, but it went from a coin that was 11.34 grams to a coin that was 9.45. So that is, you just lose the metal, so you lose in purchasing power. Okay, 1942. Need to check the mint marks, so I don't see one on that side. Let's see. Oh yeah, looks like we've got a faint one. So because these are actually quite small lettering in that, they seem to wear quite easily. So this one's a H mint mark, and or is that an I? Anyway, it's a mint mark anyway. So for India, 4,317,000, and then we have, what's the next coin? Okay, 1952. So this is the last year of issue for this reigning monarch, and this coin is a mintage of, it depends on what mint it is. If there is a H, it's only 2 million, but this one doesn't have a mint. It doesn't have a mint mark on it. So it's just a London mint with 15,800,000. So a fairly common coin, probably about $5 in that condition. Then we have the 1956. So this is the Elizabeth II, and it's really the only common coin from Elizabeth II with 6 million. It's 1964, but that seems a bit scarce with no mintage. So the only 2-year issue of Elizabeth II, and in 1964 they removed the monarch because these countries had become independent at the time, and only the 5 and the 10 cent has the monarch removed. The other coins, they never minted after 1963. In the case of the 1 shilling, 1952. This one's uncirculated, has a mintage of 10 million, and it has a little bit of looks like glue on this side, but need to be able to take it off. Looks like it's eaten into the coin, so that reduces the value. And this is a damaged coin like that, really, and it sells for about $5. So that's those coins. Then we have the 50 cent. So I don't have any 1 shilling in these coin lots. So the first one is a billion coin, not a bullion. Billion. It means that the coin's silver value is lower than 50%. And this is a 25% silver. So the rest of it is probably copper and nickel. It is 3.88 grams on 21 millimeters. The copper and nickel is 3.89. There's no point reducing that when they take the silver out. So silver coins were issued up until 1944, and in 1948 they changed over to copper and nickel. So this one, 1937, is the first year of Mr. Georges the 6th. So that's the first year. Once again, got India, Emperor and King. And this one's probably EF condition, extremely fine. Although it could probably, if you clean it up, it could be almost uncirculated. But I see somewhere on the actual lion's hind foot. So there, you can see somewhere there and on there. So maybe it is EF. And it has a mintage of 4 million. So not really a high mint coin. And it was enough until 1942 when they actually issued another 5 million. So all this issue is actually quite low. And in this condition, I would say probably sells for like $20 to $30. Numister has a maximum value of about $5, but no, that's probably like 45,000 years ago. And then we have 1949. So this is the second issue of copper and nickel. Seems to be fairly common. Has a mintage of 12.96 million. So there is no mint marks associated with any of these. And it's George VI, so remove India. And then we have 1962. So the last coin they issued for 50 cents was 1963. And the first coin for Elizabeth II was 1954. And this has only one mintage. You should find a KN mint mark above. So the K is there and N. So it's in this design. And because it's raised, it actually gets worn fairly easily. But that's okay, because 1962 it was only entered at the King Norton Mint, so they should all have the mint mark. And If it's uncirculated, it has no mint mark, it will be an error. If it's well circulated, it has no mint mark, it's just wear. And it has a mintage of 4 million. And in this condition, yeah, probably almost uncirculated. I'm going to say these ones are probably worth about $10 to $20. So that's what I think. Anyway, most of these are for sale except for these two. These ones I don't have and are going into the collection. All the rest I got, but I'm gonna, go through these and see what I have and don't have. Anyway, I hope this helps you with your coins from East Africa. Not an exciting series. The independence coins are actually a lot better, especially those from Uganda. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you very much. Have an awesome coin bank collecting time and take care.